Hey everybody, welcome back, and we are here at Magic Kingdom beginning our documentary for Happily Ever After. We are going to be testing some focal lengths this morning. We're going to be shooting Magic Kingdom in the course of 5 nights. So we have 5 nights, 5 angles, 5 different focal lengths. We're gonna check one because the spot behind me, as you can see, the Walt Mickey statue's behind me. There's a shot I wanted to get behind that statue, but there's also one here in front of it. So this one here, and what I'm trying to do is create a ultra wide angle with the pillars on those sides there, all 4 pillars in the center of the castle. So we're gonna test it out. All right, so this spot here will be shot with the 14mm. Width of how wide it is. This center part of the castle appears to be further away than it is. All 4 pillars of the castle end up being right here in the center, but we are there's literally no room to go any further back. When it comes to projections, we're probably going to end up doing something right here, but I'm going to throw on the 35 and we're going to make sure. Okay, with the 35, instead of being up there, we are actually in the exact same spot. So being here, we can shoot the ultra wide here and the 35, which will act as the projection. We're doing something different this year for our projection scenes, and essentially we're going to use the 35mm to capture just the center part of the castle. Just the center part, and what we'll do in post is we'll be able to crop into the part of the show that we want to be able to see. If we want to be able to see the top part of the castle, we'll be able to crop up to that. We want to see the bottom part, you know, so on and so forth. We have the freedom to be able to do so. So that's our 2 angles up close that we're going to be getting. This is as far back as we'll go. Walt Mickey statues right here. So if you're wondering where these 2 angles are shot from, this is where they're shot from. Now we're going to fight the people behind me, tell them to get the hell out of the way so I can test my 35 over here. All right, so this spot here looks just like that, but it has to be shot with the 14. I tried it with a 35 and I couldn't get the Walt Mickey statue included in it, but I was able to get the part of the castle in each one of those. It's not bad, it's not ideal either, but well, it is what it is though. So this is a shot we're going to be hitting tonight, 3 hours before showtime. We're going to be here. So let's head back and check on the last 2 ones. All right, before we were rudely interrupted by the Dapper Dans, this is where we're shooting our mid-angle here. It's going to be shot with the 35, and let's take a few steps back. And this spot here. Actually, where the triangle meets is where we're shooting our ultra wide for our back angle, our second one. That's it. That's the angles inside the park. So we just finished getting all 5 focal lengths that we needed, and we're out of here. Yep, I'm done. I was actually surprised that how many times we ended up using the 35. And I really think that I can crop the mid angle to make it into 2. But I won't know until a couple nights from now. But we're gonna head back to the resort, repack everything, and then we're gonna make our way back, and then we'll be making our way back to Journey to a Little Mermaid. Okay, so we have made it back into Magic Kingdom, and it's 11 o'clock. So we did pretty good. Being able to fit 2 camera, 2 lenses, a tripod, all the extra knickknacks, the 2 SSDs and all that stuff into one backpack. Takes a specific set of skills. Now I'm trying to remember where in the hell is the Little Mermaid at, because now we have to walk all the way over there and then set up the camera gear.
Yeah.
This is awesome. We did have lightning lanes. We still do have lightning lanes for Little Mermaid, Big Thunder Mountain, and Pirates of the Caribbean. I modified the Pirates of the Caribbean time till after fireworks. It was cutting it close. I was essentially going to be there 3 hours before showtime to my fireworks spot, but now, based on what everyone's saying and the way that it's looking like it's gonna be 4 hours before showtime. This sucks. I'll just be the first one to say it. This sucks. In case you haven't figured out, to wait in the fireworks spot for 4 hours, this absolutely sucks. I wish I could say that it's only a one-night thing, but you're talking about 3 angles that are, you know, really, really good. So, I don't know, maybe the other 2 angles is 3 hours. We'll find out tonight. Let's head over to Little Mermaid. Alright, just got off of Journey Under the Sea with the Little Mermaid, and I'm actually impressed. I was able to record 1 POV in 1 take. Anybody that's ever watched any of our vlogs at Magic Kingdom, when we've tried to do it, we've had to split it up into like 2 or 3 different times trying to get it, because we always get stuck on it. But I didn't want to say anything about it because I didn't want to jinx it. But we've got Big Thunder Mountain Railroad coming up in about 10 minutes. So we timed it pretty well. So we're gonna make our way over to Big Thunder Mountain. After Big Thunder Mountain, we don't have anything. And I do know one thing. I'm coming up out of this hoodie. It's getting hot. So we're gonna take our hoodie off and make our way over to Frontierland. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, one last time before it goes away. Yep. Sayonara. Adios, amigos. I'll be back. Nope. Not even a chance. This thing is going away to make room for cars. So, I actually forgot that Big Thunder Mountain Railroad's about a 3-minute ride. I'm not complaining at all. It was such a fun ride. But holding the GoPro for 3 minutes straight, I had to sit there and kind of put my arm close to my body to give myself a break. But we did get a good POV of it though. The person sitting in front of us, well, there was no one sitting in front of us. There was a guy sitting in front of us to the right, but nobody to the left. So we sat all the way to the left so we'd get a clear POV. So, and this is the standby line for Big Thunder Mountain. One word. Nope. So we scanned into our lightning lane early, and we got out at the time that our lightning lane was originally supposed to be. So we scanned in at about 12:05 and we got out at about 12:15. So we had like a 10-minute, you know, process between scanning in and, you know, exiting the queue. That's not bad. Good operations. You know, even Disney World runs 2 train ops. You know. All right. So what are we doing now? We are trying to find ourselves a snack. We're gonna make our way over into Adventureland to find us some Dole Whip. So we got ourselves a snack. Man, that hits the spot. Now we're gonna try to find just a nice little hidey hole. Wait for some people and relax until our dining reservation in about an hour. So let's head over to Be Our Guest. All right, so we are at Be Our Guest restaurant. We had to wait probably about an hour doing a whole lot of nothing. We could have went and filmed the Magical Friendship Fair, but I really didn't want to pull everything out, film it, put it back in, and come back here, especially when we're about to film it anyway. The next showing for Magical Friendship Fair is 4 o'clock, so I think essentially the idea is to... So basically the plan is to leave here, go stake out our spot for Magical Friendship Fair, and set up to film it. After Magical Friendship Fair is over, actually no, Friendship Fair doesn't start till 4 p.m. So the idea is to leave here, go grab our dinner from Casey's Corner, go to our spot for fireworks, and film Magical Friendship Fair there. And then after the show's over, we'll put our equipment up, we'll leave the tripod up, but put everything else down. And after that, we'll just kind of chill, watch some videos, do this, do that. Then about an hour and a half before showtime, we'll start, you know, getting things out. Once it gets dark, adjusting settings and stuff like that. We'll record pre-show, post-show, and the actual show. So, got a lot going on. This is kind of a boring day for a vlog because there's just not a lot going on. Most of the stuff that we're doing today happens after fireworks. We have 3 Lightning Lane reservations after fireworks. Park doesn't close till 11, the show starts at 8. So there's 3 hours in between there. So ideally, afterwards, we'll make our way over to Haunted Mansion, Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin, and I think there's one more where we're going to be filming all 3. So might as well, right? So let's eat ourselves some lunch, man. Be Our Guest restaurant comes with a prefix menu similar to that at California Grill. It comes with 1 appetizer, 1 entree, and 1 dessert. The appetizer I get is the same one that I get every single time I come here. The entree, for obvious reasons, you should know I'm getting the steak. And the dessert, I'm going to go with the vanilla cake this time. I'm just going to try something different. The bread is different. Much like something you would find at Walmart, which perfectly fine, but I'm gonna break pieces of it off. And we have this. I have no idea what it tastes like. We're about to find out. Yeah. It's okay. I don't like it. No. For me, the bread, it's never been about the butter. It's been about dipping your bread in the French onion soup. That, my friend, is its own food group by itself. Just wait for it, we'll show you. This is its own food group. The idea, well, for me, is to try to get some of the cheese in with it. Now, this bread is tough, bro. Makes it softer. That's where it's at, baby. Oh yeah. All right. Based on the steak we had yesterday, I have low expectations. I don't have low expectations. The texture, fantastic. Medium rare, all right. It's good. Very good. Flavor's there. The grilled char taste is there. The texture's good. The tenderness is fantastic. If I'm being picky, there are parts of the meat that are kind of a little bland, but the overall view of the bite is essentially very good, very flavorful. The texture, tenderness, fantastic. So this steak will definitely be in second place compared to Hollywood Brown Derby. This one's better than Hollywood Brown Derby. But let's finish it and see if it keeps the consistency to the end of it. All right, let's talk a little bit about the steak here. Initially, I thought it was it was better than the steak at Hollywood Brown Derby. Now, after eating the entire steak, I think it's right around the same. I don't think it's any better. I don't think it's any less. Don't get me wrong, it's still a good steak. The steak I had yesterday at the Coral Reef restaurant was pretty bad. But this one, not a bad steak at all. If you're in the park and you're like me and you want to go on vacation and you just love eating steak and you just wanted a place in Magic Kingdom that had it, yes, I would go to it. I have this reservation booked another time during my trip because I will still come here. And I've been to this restaurant 5 or 6 times and I get the same thing every time, so it's not that bad. So do I think it's the best steak in all of Disney World? Absolutely not. But it's an okay steak. It's all right. It's not bad, but not the greatest. So I feel like this one is just a bit pricey, man. $90, tax and everything, with the cocktail, and you're looking at like $90. So for some people, that's a little bit too steep. And you know, it is what it is. You got to kind of weigh your options here as to, you know, what your budget is versus what you're willing to pay for. Do I feel like the quality is worth it for the price? No. No. The only reason I go here isn't because of the quality. I like the ambiance and I enjoy being in the park and there just being a place that has a halfway decent steak. That's it. I view it to be a halfway decent steak, so that's why I come here. But you got to weigh the options for your family and your group to see. You should come here at least once, you know. And for some people, it's a one and done. You know, just like Cinderella's Royal Table. One time, never again. Because, no. Just no. All right. That's it for Be Our Guest. All right, so I have like hit first place for the worst timing award ever. We got done with lunch and we came over here to go grab our dinner and then come here to our spot. As we're walking through, guess what? The parade. Walk smack dab in the middle of it. I'm like, are you kidding me? Which in retrospect really wasn't a bad thing, because if the parade hadn't been here, I would have just been sitting here doing nothing. But it gave me something, you know, to look at, you know, something to catch my attention. Got a few pictures, and that was pretty much it. A part of me was thinking maybe I should record it since it's here, but there was no way. Literally, as I was walking in here, the parade was starting. There was no way to get a good spot to be able to record, and I wasn't going to be holding a camera over someone. And then after that, I went ahead and moved my time up on my dinner, grabbed it, came over here, was able to set up and film Magical Friendship Fair. And now we're just waiting for Happily Ever After in about 3.5 hours. So to anyone that wants to know the angle that we're shooting tonight with the Walt and Mickey statue, is absolute waiting for it to be able to get the spot, because as you can see, there are already other people that are here, and they're here waiting for fireworks, you know. So you're looking at 4 hours easily. And you know, I've been talking with, you know, people over there. They saw me setting up and they knew right off the bat what I was doing. So yeah, 4 hour wait time. It's gonna be pretty nuts. But afterwards, after the show, we get to have some fun. We get to have some fun, and being the fact that the show is at 8 o'clock, maybe I'll be able to get some good pictures of the castle staying lit up afterwards. But I did test out the 85 on the Tinkerbell section, just right up there, and it's a perfect fit. It's like, the video is gonna be fantastic. It's gonna be great. We're gonna get her flying from there. We're gonna try to get her as far as we can, probably till right before Tomorrowland. And then the next 2 days we'll be here. Well, the next day, which will be tomorrow, we'll actually be filming over there for the back angle with one camera. And then the next day we come back, we'll be filming here and up front. So when we shoot Enchantment, we're gonna shoot Enchantment over here. So that way we can turn one angle into like 3. That's the idea anyway. But all right, that's gonna wrap it up for us for right now anyway, because we don't have anything going on for the next 4 hours, and I'm not gonna sit here and flap for 4 hours. So we'll see you guys after the show when we start going to get some rides on stuff and film some more fireworks. I did make a fatal mistake today, and that is when I charged my camera last night, I forgot to turn it off. So today it's been on all day. So the battery was like 50% gone when I filmed Magical Friendship Fair. So I had to swap out the batteries, and I decided that the one that had the low battery is the one that I would use to film Tinkerbell, because that's the only reason I'm using that camera anyway. It's just for Tinkerbell. The other one, it'll have 50% charge when I'm done filming it. Pre-show, actual show, and post-show, it's roughly right around a 35 minute mark. So we'll see you guys after the show. everybody, so we are back at our resort. It is right around almost 10 o'clock. No, we didn't stay in the park like we were originally wanting to, but sitting in one place for 4 hours is really not ideal. Believe me, from a viewing experience, not even there. The footage came out very good. I tried a new ISO instead of using the base ISO, and I am astonished by it. It is fantastic. It's kind of a median in between the low base ISO and the high base ISO. We didn't want it too high because then the brights would be too bright. We don't want it too low because then we're not projecting enough light. So we kind of did like a in between, a balance between the two, which was, I think, the most difficult thing to do. Looking at the footage from Luminous last night, the angle was shot, came out pretty good. However, as you can obviously tell, the difference between the two, where that angle doesn't really have a lot of light. Some parts of it are really good, but we're going to go in and analyze it. We may not have to make adjustments to that and have to re-record that section, but I think it'll be fine because of everything I can do in post. Man, what a day. No parks tomorrow. So we have the after hours event tomorrow, so we won't be doing anything until then. So we're just going to relax, do a little bit of work here on my computer with some of the video files that we have, and see what we can come up with and correcting some things. And then the next day we have a park free day on the 7th. We got nothing, so that's cool. Well, that's going to wrap it up for us today, man. Thank you guys so much for hanging out, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.